body. When it's smoke, they get to hide and make them scary boys run. Remember when I ain't have it? If I want it, I can buy it. I ain't bragging, I can go and blow it back just for fun. If we gon' keep it real, I took a lot of L's. I know pain, I went through hell, but I still came out number one.
Let's get activated, let's get activated, let's get activated.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Khalif Raymond now. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Play action. Here's Goff. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Here's Swift. A gain of 3, second down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Play action. It's gone. 20. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Rosas to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Escaping the pressure right. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. But when he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week. Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the interception, here's Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for Detroit. Now a first down throw. Goff. That's once again complete to Chark. And in for the Lions touchdown. DJ Chark hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Now Hunt on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And my goodness, another interception. P.J. Williams with a pick. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now it's Goff.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Off play action. Schwartz. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth. On fourth down, Watson looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Quickly to Hawkinson.
And he's brought down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. Goff now looks to throw. And now here is another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. But gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. They run it again with Chubb. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back. So here's an onside kick. Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's different influences going into the head coach's ear.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Chubb will get the call running left. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll try the air now with Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Goff on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
To be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Julian Okwara
in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A play fake for Swift, now Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And now here's another interception.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Romeo Okwara has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Now it's the backup Mayfield.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the 1st down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Swift.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions appear to be headed to a not... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Goff. That is caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
76 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Julian Okwara
racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
And off comes to Chubb. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 9. It's a Mike. 10's the Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Mike 10. Mike 10, Mike 10.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Like 20. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's DC. Ric Flair. Under 10. 10. Here we go.
Now Goff on 1st down. And this is caught by Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, Goff. And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make it. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Julian Okwara in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Rosas to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense.
And now here is another interception. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more loud. Oh, and now the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A give. This is Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the red zone now, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Williams brings it in. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. And Shark calls it in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Throwing now, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.